In many of my videos, the older ones specifically, I have shared my email address publicly. I think I've got it shared on my Twitter profile, Google+. I mean, you can't not get a hold of me. It's always funny. Someone says, oh, I didn't know how to get a hold of you. Dude, did you try? You have to try to not get a hold of me. It's so difficult to avoid me on the internet. And I've kind of made it that way on purpose. That's intentional. Email is everything to me. And I do my best to maintain a clean inbox every day. I'll get tons of email come in, and I will try to get to the ones that demand my attention. And usually I do it in a backwards way. I'll clean out the things that don't mean much to me to get to the things that do mean a lot to me, and then I can take my time from there. Unless, of course, it's a pressing issue that I know I can respond with. If you get an email response from me, you're lucky. I do respond to all emails, but if you get a response from me quickly, and if the response is longer than 3 words, you are in a minority, because most of my responses are like 1, 2, or maybe 3 words. And that's it. I keep it short and sweet. So if your emails are long and lengthy, I may not read all of them. If you have questions, I may be able to answer them directly or be able to pass you off to the rest of the community to answer the questions. But there are tools out there that can help you organize your mail and the incoming messages that you get from people. In fact, today, Gmail announced that they've crossed over Google Plus profiles with Gmail. So if you're reading a Gmail message from somebody, they have a Google Plus profile, it'll pull their Google Plus profile in there on the side so you can see the latest thing that they posted. So they're integrating Google Plus with Gmail more and more every day. I don't use Gmail really in any capacity, at least not the way most people use it. I just find it to be an organizational nightmare. So you may disagree. You may love Gmail. I never did. We have found a service, kind of neat. We've just written about it here, something called Contactually. And with this, if you get a lot of email, you can prioritize your relationships with people, with their email address. Well, I mean, people are behind email addresses, theoretically, with this application, Contactually. And if you're someone who only gets 1 or 2 emails a day, it's not a big deal. If you get a lot of emails every day, you probably need a better way of sorting through things, to organize things. And why not let a service do that for you? That's what software is there for, to make your life easier. A while ago, there was a big movement, and I think people are still kind of into it, GTD, or getting things done. And people have asked, well, Chris, are you into the GTD thing? I'm like, no, I'm too busy getting things done. You know, there are 2 kinds of people in this world. People who are doing things and people who talk about doing things. And the people who seem to talk about doing things never get anything done. And sometimes you have to get something done before you can move on to the next thing. We all work differently, right? People say, oh, I multitask. Well, so you're doing a million things all at one time. And so when are any one of those million things going to get finished? Take care of one thing, move on to another. Take care of that thing, move on to the next. You know, boom, 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 on down the line. And when it comes to email, if you're not getting back to people with any degree of regularity, that's kind of concerning. And maybe you don't want to seem like you're on email, all the time. You could use, I think I heard about the service last night from Brent Spohr, iboughtamac.com, a good friend, amazing designer. And he said, have you heard of Boomerang? And I said, no. He said, well, it integrates with Gmail. I'm like, oh, cool. So Boomerang, what it'll do is you send a message, but you say, send this message 6 hours from now. Or get this out of my inbox, but send it back to me, or let me know about it, 4 hours from now. So it helps organize your inbox. And he uses Gmail. He loves Gmail. I'm not a huge fan. But if you are looking for a way to better prioritize the emails in your inbox, like I said, the article that we've written may prove helpful. And hopefully the tips and the suggestions that I've shared with you will prove helpful as well.